At RaiseCredit.com, business credit is the name of the game. Learn how to build credit that'll look like more money than you've ever dreamed of. Both Wall Street and Main Street offer untold riches to people with credit, and RaiseCredit.com can teach you how to get it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Reynolds here with RaisWebinar.com. Ultimate goal is to help you out as much as I can. I'd like to get you to $1 million corporation. We're going to talk about exactly what that means, and we're going to go through some process, some rules, and some tools. Ultimate goal is to make sure you understand how to play the game. Business should always be treated like a game. That way you don't get stressed out. Now, information I'm going to give you is protected many, many ways. Please take a moment, get the tablet and pen. Ultimate goal, this is 2021. I'm going to call it fast track year. I'm going to call it blackjack. All I know is right now everyone wants to get to the $1 million dream. My only question to most people in an audience or you is, all of you, why haven't you done it? What's happened? Someone get in your way, take it away. You didn't get started right. You got the corporation, you got a stock hit, didn't know how to play with it, didn't know what to do. You see, 98% of all corporations set up, they say they do nothing. So today, let's give you some rules and some tools. First, write down, plan on the problems. I'm serious. No matter what we do, there's always some crap. But you're going to have to want it bad enough. You're going to have to follow through. We got to go back to you in the beginning. You see, every one of you, you have to look at your personal credit. You have to be a qualified CFO no matter what anybody says. All right? It's like online you see, trade lines. I'm sorry, that's crap. Out of the Fair Lending Act, it's actually against the rules. Okay, using someone else's history unless they're popping you the credit, connecting the dots. The other thing you see online is you don't have to guarantee it. I'm sorry, that's just BS. Bottom line is safety credit. Write it down. You got an SSN as a teenager like I probably, and when I did. What is an SSN? Social Security card. You see, what happens is you got some money. You got some credit. Most people jack it up and get stuck. They don't know the rules. It should be taught out of school. Here's $100,000 of credit. Personal credit, I can't write off the card or the interest rate at all. Flat out. So let's understand something, okay, today. Flat out. You got to realize something. I can't write off a card or interest rate. What happens if I jack it up? Now, write it down. I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, security chief at TOW and Spearn years ago. I'm going to tell you flat out, the rules are 25 to 29%. On your credit cards in your personal wallet, please write down on the back and put a sticky. I want you to write down the limit. I want you to write down what's 25%. What's 29%? You see, the moment you take a card past 29%, you drop your score. You get stuck, you can't get any more. Check it out. Just go to Credit Karma. It's free. Even though it's part of TransUnion, they got indicted for lying in the past. It's okay. Remember, at 29%, you'll see things in the green. 30% yellow, the rest is in the red. You see, they can't lie. Actually, they got indicted for doing that in the past. You got to remember something. You should not be living on your personal credit. You shouldn't be jacking it up at all. It should be safety credit. We'll teach you some rules and some tools. Now, today, I want you to write down line of defense. You see, you got to realize something. A lot of people complain about rich and famous people. They don't pay enough tax, blah, blah, blah. Let's understand something. You drive through your city today, you'll see a Bank of America, a Wells Fargo, a Chase, U.S. Bank. You'll see the banks. They closed down the location. Now, this is before pandemic and after and during. So let's remember something. They closed down the location. They signed a 100-year lease. They bankrupted that location. They took a loss on their taxes. They're still in business today. How did they do that? What did you do when you made or started a business? All right, you brought the pain home. You didn't have the money or the dream, whatever. What happens is no one should bring the pain home. It's not allowed. No one should bring the pain home. Write down line of defense. Today we got to teach you how to do this right. Write down never bring the pain home. My journey as a little boy. All right, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. And let's see if we can start your journey with me today. We're going to call it getting past go. Ready? I got to be with Mrs. Hope from 3 to 10 years old. She got her weekly and monthly checks, and she got a great name, Mrs. Hope. But unfortunately, she dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30 in the morning, since the age of 3 years old. I think she was a she-devil from hell. If I saw her today, I'd say, thank you. You scared the hell out of me. You see, what I did is I had to steal and beg off the pier, and that kind of sucked. But God gave me a brain with an IQ off the chart with total recall and most things. So I used my brain. I got my first Lamborghini as a kid. Then I got my Lamborghini collection. I got my Duffys, my 6 mansions. I broke some world records. I even parked my race boat in my backyard and my yacht too, and my helicopter. And don't forget the Ferraris too. I know you're going to tell me that you have a sad story, blah, 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 little violin. I was born in a damn taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She wanted a girl. I'm a boy with a wee-wee. She gave me a girl's name. Hell, raised my middle name. She threw me away like a piece of trash. Don't give me your excuse. All right? I got to be raised in Hawthorne, Torrance, Watts. All right? Carson, too. So guess what? I want you to master Ray's rules today. I wrote Winning the Game of Business 43 years ago. It was kind of fun, too. Let's understand something. 43 years ago, I had to move basically 11 times. Time was 24 times. I was 11 and a half years old. Those people were mean to me. Wasn't nice, but okay. I connected the dots as a little boy. When I was 7 and a half, I listened to the poker game at Mrs. Hope's house. They said a corporation's a legal person. Can you write that down, please? A corporation's what? A legal person. There's 300 ways to do that correctly. So I connected the dots. I started helping Hand Industries at 9 and a half. Got $100,000 in the mail. Had some fun. By the way, after the coma, when I got to die, I became a pastor too. I studied for that as well. So today I want to help you. You see, after the coma, I want you to understand something. Today, you've all wasted probably thousands of dollars. You bought books and CDs, how to make money or whatever. All I know is pretty simple today. All right, if I play with you and I hold your hand at every seminar and workshop, I won't pass the buck. You're stuck with me. I'll get you in the $1 million direction. And if you like, I'll even do the work for you too. You see, I can hand you $10 million of credit and go finance that business. But you got to realize corporate credit, you get to write off the card and the interest rate too. You can't do that on personal credit at all. So today, let's talk about specialty classes. I have 7 of them every week. See, I broadcast up to 4 to 5 times a day. Next tomorrow, I broadcast 9 times tomorrow. By the way, they're always live. I don't like pre-recorded crap. So let's remember something. Today it's flat out. This afternoon at 3:30, I'm doing tax balancing. Going to teach you how to balance that because I want you to make a paycheck. I want you to break even. That's what I want you to do. And I want your corporation to do millions and billions of dollars because that's half the fun. The class today is $249. So let's look at that. Now, if you did it today, the discount I'll give you while we're broadcasting is $145. And if you put it off or call sales, they'll charge you $249. There's the Zelle information. You should take a picture of this page today. Ultimate goal is if you let Gina know, she'll send you the link. She's at ray@racecredit.com. Now, I also do Q&As twice a week as well. Now, understand, I wanted to pull off a stunt years ago, so I built $1 million for my cat. That's right, meow. All right, I even got a written up Income magazine there, too. It says, use plastic to finance your business. Get to write off the card interest rate, too. Maybe if you understand that a cat has 9 lives, why can't you? It's pretty simple to do. Now, as an affiliate, I get to add your credit to my dashboard. So I get to log into your account and I get to use my history to basically push up your score, and on top of that get you more credit limits too. Here's a $300 card became $35,000. $500 became $26,000. $2,500 became $30,000. $30,000 and more. My system allows me to get you a platinum and a gold card, usually simultaneously for you and the corporation at the same time. So here's one for $61,000. Here's one for $15,000 too. See, I don't like anything less than $10,000 and above, unless it's a builder card. Now, COVID-19 has kicked all our butts in some ways. I'm there being filmed for my new radio show back in March last year. I'm building credit, increasing scores while they film me for the show. Cameraman says, I got a discovery card. What can you do for me? $5,500 card became $16,700. So if you want me to play with one of your cards as you get into my programs, I'll load it to the system. Usually charge you about $1,000 because usually I get it to be up to $30,000. Today, if you want me to play with one of your cards, it's $129. The only reason is because this is the last day of the month. This is Friday. You do it today or you lose out. It's pretty simple. Usually it's about $2,000 for 3 cards. You want me to play with 3? It's $345. There's a Zelle if you want me to play with that too. Ultimate goal, when most people lose their job or their income or have an emergency, the next thing that happens is they run out of time, they run out of money, and then they jack up their credit again. They bring the pain home every time. You see, what I don't want you to use is the wrong money in the first place. So let's think about this. If I trained Ken Yorbo years ago, Security Chief at TRW and Spear, and can I train you? All right, write down Credit Services Act, please. If you Google it later today, it'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission. What it's going to do is tell you that credit repair is a scam, not allowed to collect money up front. I know some of you are paying that $99 a month, $1,200 months a year. That's too much. It's ridiculous. You shouldn't pay anything at all to those companies because they're not allowed to collect money up front. And I know one or two, he said, I repaired it myself. Good, you're a liar. Why? All you said is, not mine, not late. That's all you're allowed to do if you don't rebuild it and seal the record anyway. From there, it'll refer you to the Credit Repair Organization Act, where it says attorneys can't do credit repair. I like to build a relationship with you in your dreams, and I'll basically rebuild your credit for you the right way. Now, the NACB, I'm the only one they ever certified on the planet today. The Aspirin Boost, I would like you to think about it before you do it, please. They want you to log on when it comes to your light bill, your gas bill, and all the other bills. Then they want you to log into your bank account. That kind of scares me since Aspirin moved out of the country years ago to Dublin, Ireland anyway. All right, because they've been basically hacked so many times. So if you want to take the chance, that's on you. Me, I'd tell you flat out, all right, don't do it at all. But again, it's only about 16 points. I can raise you about 200 points on a rapid rescore. Now, we got to go back to you in the beginning. We got to go look at one thing about you is your SSN. That's right. Pull out your SSN out of your purse or wallet. It's your Social Security card. You only got one of these. By the way, the Federal Trade today says 97% are kind of messed up. So let's think. Let's read the card front and back. Do not laminate. Do not use for ID purposes. That's my favorite one to circle. Every time you fill out an application, what do you write down? The SSN. You're breaking the rules too. Here's the application you filled out as a teenager like I did. And what does it say flat out? It says Property Administration, not you. Ultimate goal is pretty simple today. Even the creditors use it and abuse it too. Now let's understand what I'd like to really do for you is repackage your life. I'm talking about your house, your car, your bank account too. Ultimate goal, I got to teach you what you need to know and put it here. You see, I've been in 2 comas in my life so far. Some reason in my life, I've been shot twice, I've been knifed 6 times too. But you know what I use every time? I've used credit to save my life. So let's think about that money for a rainy day. When they told me that when I was a kid, I kept asking, what does that mean? Those silly people couldn't explain it at all. You see, in my life, it doesn't rain, it always pours. So let's think about something today. Let's say, hypothetically, you needed $5,000 now. You ask your friends, you ask your family, you ask the bank, and they say no. If you would have listened to me a long time ago and had safety credit, a $5,000 card like I got on my hand or the one on the screen, if I had to jack up that card today, I can play catch up, not fall down. The payment is $50 a month. The average person wastes that almost every other day. Next thing you got to think about is they say that most people waste $140 a week. I don't know if that's true about you, but here's $100,000 of credit, $50,000 a piece. Can't write off the personal card interest rate at all. But if I jacked up one of those cards today, the payment would have been $612.26. So what the average person wastes on a given month, we use some common sense in a bottle today. All right, we could have got 2 pizza locations, by the way, with a drive-through or delivery service. Would have stayed open to a pandemic. The goal is quit wasting money, never bring the pain home. Now let's think about this. Like I told you in the beginning, plan the problem. It's like every moment of this day, like yesterday's kicking my assets too, but I got my faith and persistence. I got my safety credit. I got my line of defense too. I don't want to bring the pain home. Remember, when you drive through that city today, look for that bank and that grocery store they shut down. You know they're still in business. They just shut down that one location. Oh, good. They bankrupted Peace, wrote it off on their taxes. They're still in business today. When you screwed up your business, what did you do? You went home and went boo-hoo-hoo. You never had to bring the pain home since day one. You've got to learn basically the pattern of 4. When you want to reach your goals, make the master list and believe in yourself. Me, I've always believed in God and I believe in me. Bottom line, it's the only father I've ever known. I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981. It did prove that white men do jump. Unfortunately, silly people say we don't. Remember when those dummies tell you don't do this or that? God gave you a gift and a dream. Why don't you see it, believe it, and go get it? Nothing's in your way after meeting me besides you. So let's get you out of the way while I build it for you too. Ultimate goal, back to the SSN. Got one of those, got a job so they can tax you some more, called the 1040. The IRS's rules and tools in front of you. It's public record as well. See, that means you got your SSN experience and your Equifax. The moment you take a card past 29%, you drop your score, you get stuck, you can't get any more. Once again, go to Credit Karma. Anything at 29% is in the green, 30% is in the yellow, everything else is in the red. You see, they can't lie, even though they got caught lying and got indicted in the past before. They are part of TransUnion, too. So guess what you get to do? Understand why the SSN? One more time, guess what? We're the collateral for the United States of America Incorporated. Like when they do the census to print some more money. Nixon gave what? He took the gold standard out. Take that tablet and pen and write down and raise rules one more time again. 100,000 in credit. Don't tell me that's too much. Last time you had an emergency, you lost your job, you're afraid to feed your family, pay your house payment, and pay your car payment too. 100,000 of safety credit. 29% rule. That leaves you 71,000 of safety credit in case blank hit the fan. You lost your job or there's a pandemic. You can feed your family up to 2 years. Keep in mind, when you take all the money and the credit from the family, you roll the dice, all it does is bring the pain home. Please stop using the wrong money in the first place. Never bring the pain home. Ultimate goal for you is to master raise rules. Here's me in 2 comas. First, I was 5.5 years old. I watched the kids riding their bicycle. I got this weird brain. I can watch somebody do something, and I can clone exactly what they do almost instantly. I got on the bicycle. I rode it as fast. It was doing, wee, I'm having fun too. But I forgot something. I kind of screwed up. I didn't watch them how they stopped the bicycle. I didn't know to push the pedal back. That was the brake. So basically, I stopped the bicycle with my face at 40 miles an hour. Plop. They said I'd never walk again. I got up from that too. Here's me. I died in a coma. Why at 5:41 in July 5th, 2009. What did I do wrong with millions and billions of dollars? Well, we took people on the corporate yacht parked in my backyard. They had H1N1, pandemic number 9, and it killed me the next day. Now, I heard my wife cry, so what I said to God was very simple. If you let me live and go back and help my family, I'll help everybody I can. So I got to breathe again. There's my yacht, there's my race boat, there's my U-Dot. Please show me yours. I'm from Show Me State. I'm so tired of blah, blah, blah. It's like some of those motivational speakers. Next to the guy with the hat. He didn't have a pot to piss in until he went blah, blah, blah. He got the money out of you so he'd get his goodies. Now he's going broke. Bottom line is I retired at 26. I already brought in $2 billion. And then I started to help people like you. Didn't want to die. H1N1 killed me, but God gave me a second chance. I walked around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. I knew how to seal my record and put it back to an 820. Then I popped another $1 million card again. I want you to write down closet division. I always have 5 of those. It's my backup from my backup too. Now today, you don't get a do-over. You get to live or die. Heck, I tell you wear a mask and half of you argue about that too. It takes a moment to die and a lifetime to live. Which one are you going to pick? It'll be up to you. Now, I want you to try something that I've done since I was 2.5. I remember crying my eyes out at 2.5 years old looking in the mirror. I found myself on the floor. So let's see. Every morning I wake up at 2:25. Have since I was a little boy. I go to my knees and I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go find a mirror and I stare at myself for about 2 minutes. Try it once, please. Just try it once. That's all you got to do. You see, I want you to put yourself in check. Ask yourself 2 questions. Have you completed everything you need to? Is there more to be done? You know the answers to these. The problem with all of you, and I'm going to say all of you, you're going to go ask your friends and family what they think. All right? I don't give a damn what they think. I want you to get to $1 million. Every time you let somebody cloud your direction, you screw it up. The people around you, they're not after the dream. And by the way, if you explain what you're trying to do, have you ever noticed they all interrupt you? And then they tell you, you got to do this or that. Sorry, if they haven't got to million to billion, the reality is quit listening to them. 90 days. Shh. Let me do most of the work for you anyway. And when they see that things change in your life and they ask you how you did that or this or that, just say raisecredit.com. You got a choice. We're going to go get the money. You see, I don't know how you could ever listen or buy a book about anything you want to do unless they're going to hand you the money. You know, when I argued with Mr. Rich Dad, Poor Dad years ago, you basically took something I've been saying for years, cash flow free up your time. You took a little credit card of $200, goody for you. What about the money for the people you're saying blah, blah, blah to today? That really bothers me. Because if you don't get the money, how are you going to go get it? You got a choice today. All right, see, money, I can feed my family, I can pay my bills, I can help you. I don't have to steal and beg off the pier anymore. Don't you get it? Bottom line, I didn't like doing that at all. Now we're getting older, slower, we're not as pert as we used to be. You know what happens? Go back to the job you hate. Most of you hate, and 9 out of 10 anyway. You know what happens when they fire you? They're going to go deliver some pizza. Is that your American dream? I want you to take the time to write these down because you're not allowed to videotape or pictures or all that and too. I want you to let me get you $100,000 or a corporate card. See, a corporate credit card, I can write off the card, the interest rate too. Now, this is a 6 months goal list, and I don't know why you didn't do it last year. What's wrong with you? Are these turned on? You see, I want to set up the corporation the right way. I want you to buy your first property through a division, the way I wrote the rules in 1986. I want to get you your first franchise too. It's going to have a drive-through. And if you don't want to run the franchise, that's okay. Because you have companies that are running for you too. Now, this is just the next 6 months for you. How about the 12 months? $1 million in the corporate bank account, tax-free. You live in your dream house like I do. $5 million is real estate and more franchises too. You ready to play and make sure at the end of this year you got all the things we're talking about today? Or are you going to have another hesitation or another excuse? The bottom line is like Dun & Bradstreet. I don't want to set it up in the beginning, but people ask all the time. See, Dun & Bradstreet is supply and vendor credit. That's all it's for. Now, if you ask me, I'm going to charge you $1,000 to do that work. See, they're going to charge you $9.99 for their fast track program. By the way, I wrote that 33 years ago for them. How's that? Been doing this for 43 years. You want me to set up your Dun & Bradstreet? I'll give you 5 instant accounts too. I won't going to charge you $9.99 today on the webinar because it's live. I'll give you the discount of $3.99. All you got to do is Zelle it, and the Zelle's right in front of you. Now, here's what I do because I'm afraid. It scares the you-know-what out of me about being broke. Which reminds me to go back to the pier, eat out of a trash can and beg and steal. Nobody understands how I feel besides God and me. So what I always do, I got my Staples card, and I go get my Visa gift cards for about $1,000. I keep it in my wallet for one reason. If I need some cash today, I can slide it through my own cell phone through Square. I got no excuses, neither do you. Ultimate goal is if you want that Dun & Bradstreet $3.99, there's a Zelle for you. Bottom line, always tell Gina. She'll follow through. So let's think about something today. Being with Mrs. Hope from 3 to 10 years old, listening to the poker game, they said, what? A corporation's a legal person. Can you write it down, please? There's 300 ways to use that correctly. See, you've all bought money or books on how to get money and get rich too, or motivation, blah, blah, blah. If they're not handing you this or teach you the rules and the tools, It's nice to be motivated, but at the end of the day, what's next? You know, they say that 98% of people setting up corporations today don't do anything because they don't know what's next. Probably some of you. Well, I heard that, so I rode my bicycle the next day down to the Torrance Police Department. I knew exactly next door there was a library. I asked the lady, how do I look it up? Here's a microfiche, here's a book. I read the book. I got pissed off. I'm 7.5 trying to get out of hell. All right? I was born and grown up anyway. So let's think about this. You've been looking for the blueprint and the rules and the tools instruction manual too. Good luck. Keep looking. It doesn't exist unless you get it through me, bottom line. Because I'll tell you how it actually works. I've been doing it for 43 years. So let's understand something flat out. I went back to the library almost every day, 7.5 to 9.5 years old. Those are the books and CDs that got me up to $2 billion at 26, and I retired. From there, I had $841 million real estate through corporate structure, of course. Corporation, how to become the bank, tax balancing, buckets of money too, and don't forget winning the game of business. I wrote that 43 years ago. See, when I was at the Bonaventure for 32 years as the second number one advertiser in the United States of California, I was having fun. See, there was a line around the hotel every Wednesday night trying to get hold of me. $20,000 a pop, books, CDs, and classes. That's what people would pay. Now, last year in March, there was a company I donated my time to. When they found out COVID-19 came, and they found out they get an extra $600 a week for doing a damn thing, they all walked out the door to get an extra paycheck. They weren't laid off or fired. They just quit. They lied like those people in prison that got that $1 billion. Oh, well, today, if you want, you can call sales. They'll send you an email. They'll tell you it's $999. My full blueprint, 18 books and CDs. It's okay. Now, if you did it through the webinar, because they're always live, again, I give you a discount of $499. That's half price. If you Zelle it, we ship it right away. I like Zelle. All right, I like deposits and wires. I don't like merchants at all. Here's the Zelle information. Take a picture, please. Bottom line is, always tell Gina. She's in charge of shipping and handling, by the way. So guess what? I want to repackage your life. I want you to let me build your credit the right way and add history, wrap a rescore. You got a corp, I'll build that one, or I'll hand you the articles, offices, list, tax ID for free. Remember, every card you got in your purse or wallet today, the back of the card, I want a sticky. If we were in one of my live big events, and I'd ask to see your cards, you didn't have a sticky, I'd ask you to leave. I want you to have this discipline and run it by flat out. Limit. Write it down. 25%, what does that equal? What is 29%? Every time you pull out a credit card of your pocket anymore, I want you to put yourself in check. If I buy this today, will it jack up my score or drop it some more? You got to remember, you're responsible for you. You can't blame anybody else. The only way you're getting cash credit is you have to be a qualified CFO. When I'm done with you, you'll be the greatest CFO you could ever be. You can make millions in real estate. I'll teach you how to play that game. Fixer up or duplex and apartment complex too. Still want to get you a franchise, even if you have somebody else run it for you. I want to make sure they got a drive-through, because there will be another pandemic 4 to 5 years down the road. Come on, it's not done. We can also do one thing. When I was incorporating Rich and Famous People for years, that was fun. I came up with 84 ways to leverage money and credit to $100 million. Would you like to learn how to play? Again, let's look at a Lamborghini, my favorite car. Never take this car to the grocery store with your wife when she says she needs 3 things, because she brings out with 15 bags. Where are you going to put it? It's amazing how many times my wife did that to me. Now let's understand something. You got a car. You're the registered owner. You're the duck. Congratulations. Who do you think they're going to sue? You, because you're the registered owner today. The Lamborghini collection's fun. See, most rich and famous people drive company cars. All right, write it all up, but not you. You get your paycheck. Oh, goody. You get the leftover. You pay your bills. You pay for a car you should not. Then you take all that money and credit and go, wee, honey, let's hurt the family some more. Stop it. Write down tax ID and division. the way I wrote it in 1986, tax ID division. Today, your paycheck, that here they call it taxable income. If you're paying payment, gas, registration, insurance, can you yell the word no right away, please? Come on. I like having the Lamborghinis. Times 3. All right, wouldn't that be fun for you? It's fun for me. SSN got a job, got a what? 1040 tax return. You got one, makes you a duck. SS4 times 4. The pattern of 4. Look at what we get to do. Read line 10, please. Banking and credit purposes. As an affiliate, I can basically build you a certified experience and your Equifax under tax ID. Every credit I build you get to write off the card interest rate too. Why would you ever steal money from your family? It's the wrong way to do it in the first place. And I know you're going to say, no one told me, Ray. No one told me too. God gave it to me to give it to you. You going to pay attention today? Drive around that city. You'll see these banks and grocery stores shut down in some locations. They had a 100-year lease. They wrote it off when they filed a bankruptcy. And they're still in business today. They got a tax credit for their loss. You screwed up your business. You went home and went, boo-hoo. You didn't play the game. It's about time to learn. Can you basically remember, oh, they shut down because of pandemic? No, they did not. The average bank's been closing 100 locations a year before the pandemic. So guess what? Here's your pattern of 3. We're going to call it the pattern of 4 too. Corporation, S is 4, get the credit. Then we have 3 divisions. Now remember something. You brought the pain home because you're the duck. You know those people open and closing their businesses all the time? Because they can't make up their mind. Not them, the people that are getting all those paychecks. Open, close, open, close. Now we're open today for outside, but it's raining. Oh, goody. But guess what? What happens next week when they just close it again? These people should have had their business be a division of a corporation. I've been working with a lot of them trying to help fix them since last year. So let's think about this. I wrote the rules in 86. Yes, I did. Set up the line of defense. You know what that means? If one of the entities or the divisions have a problem, we're going to do the 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate 2. And we're going to bankrupt the damn piece, keep the other pieces, but we're not going to bring the pain where? Home. Why would we ever have to bring the pain home? Why did you do it in the first place? Are these turned on today? Golds and platinum cards, the 29% rule does not affect them at all. It's the only 2 that doesn't. Would you like your first card? Here's 1. Would you like 10 more? Why not? That could be $1 million. That could be $10 million of credit. The problem is you have to learn how to play with it because before you kind of wasted some credit and pissed it away too. They offer 99 more cards off 1, but that's $100 million. That's too much. By the way, my system allows me, look what it does. I can get you a gold or a platinum, usually for you, and it says, would you like one for the corporation too? Would you like 2? Let me know. You see, when I do all the build-up for you for like a gold or a platinum card, I usually charge you about $1,000 of my time. Today, if you did it during the webinar, it's $275. There you go. You can save some money, and you can sell it right away. By the way, today's Friday. It's the last day of the month. That's why you're getting discounts today. Don't do it today. You won't be able to do it tomorrow. Don't worry, on Monday. It'll be the 1st. They're going to go back to the retail prices. It's like when I did the divisions for you. Office sells 3 for about $1,500. I prepare the paperwork, send it to you, sign it, mail it away. Comes back and get you the tax IDs and the credit reports too. The bottom line is I got to build it for you. Bottom line today, instead of $1,500 through me, because it's a webinar, I'm doing 3 divisions, 3 tax IDs, and 3 credit sets of credit reports too. $399. If you sell it right away. If you don't, that's up to you. Always let Gina know so someone can follow through. You see, for every tax ID I build you, it's pretty simple. I get you an Experian, Treasury, and Equifax. And all that credit, you could write off the card of the interest rate too. You see, don't use the wrong money anymore. That makes no sense at all. S says 4 times 4. You got to set up the line of defense, real estate, franchise, current business too. Ultimate goal is, guess what? Would you like a $100,000 card or $1 million card? Let me know which one you like. I already tried to get you up to $1 million, $100,000 credit card for you, but you can't write out personal credit or interest rate at all. We got to train the world before I die again. hopefully 50 years from now, that they should always use personal credit as safety. In case what? If something hit the fan, lost your job, pandemic, never bring the pain home. Ray's rules are simple. SSN equal 1040. That's it. S is 4 times 4. By the way, these aren't my rules. These are the IRS's rules for you. What does line 10 say again? It's right in front of you. Banking and credit purposes. It's about time you learn how to play. Please do not violate the rules. What that means is during the program, do not apply for credit. I'm going to create green lines. You're going to get some of these in the mail. Don't use them at all. This client, she did it, $300 card. I popped the next guy with almost no score. Get him a starter card. I owe him $1,000. I got him $3,000. Bottom line is I can increase limits for you too. All right, I don't know what you got, but I'd like to get you more because you can open the gap of that 29% rule. Gold and platinums don't affect that at all. Gink cards, $30,000, $15,000. I always want $10,000 and above unless it's a starter card. The camera crew that day filming me while I do my radio show. He asked if I'd increase this, so I did it on camera too. Kind of fun. Now, I charge you $1,000 per card. But again, one card today, if you want me just to play, see what would happen for it, $129. You want me to play with 3 cards, it's usually about $2,000. From there, today it's $345. Pretty simple thing to do. So you can sell it, wire deposit. Kind of fun. Now, here's credit rebuilding. I know some of you go, I work with those credit repair companies. $99 a month. Oh, goody. Federal Trade says that's against the law. Yes, against the law. They're not allowed to collect money up front. All right, and all they're going to do is say, not mine, not late. I mean, look at the BBB and look at Lexington Law. They got 4 government agencies chasing their butt because they've been breaking the rules for years. Let's remember, I want to put you in an educational class on 1 o'clock on Saturdays. You can go 3 months if you want to. Credit rebuilding, rapid rescore, $820, $998. I always offer you half price when I'm on a webinar. I want to get you $1,000 card. See, what I've always done is give you between 2 to 10 times credit back to you for what you invest in yourself. You say, I want to take away your excuses. So for $499, you get the 820 score and a $1,000 card. Today, since it's the last day of the month on Friday, all right, it's $399 because I want you to play with me all day tomorrow. Ultimate goal is pretty simple. Starter package for millionaire. You see, I got to get you to be the CFO. You got a corp, I'll build that one. If not, I'll hand you the articles, also as tax ID. Set up in level 1 on Wednesday or Saturday at 10 a.m. Go for 3 months to make sure you put it here. Off it sells this for $1,999. Now, I give it away at half price of $999 today. But I'm handing you $10,000 in credit. And I'm going to do all the work for you anyway. And if you Zelled it during my webinar, I increase it to $15,000 of credit. The Millionaires in the Making is kind of fun. You see, it's about $4,000. It comes at $25,000 of credit. But today it's $2,499. If you did that during the webinar, like right now, I increased the credit to $40,000. If you don't do it today, call sales on Monday. Good luck with that. They make a commission. So every referral you give me, I'll build you another $1,000 of credit. Remember, if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, and YouTube, if you're not getting the PowerPoint in front of me, go to rayswebinar.com. Get the full overview. Never bring the pain home. Now, this is what I heard at 7.5. Corporation's a legal person. It's Chapter 18. All right, it has more rights than you and me. It's not legal advice at all. By the way, the United States of America Incorporated, they set up their line of defense called states. Every state's a corporation. Why haven't you set up your line of defense? What's wrong with you? Every state set up their line of defense called cities. Every city's a corporation too. Why haven't you set up your line of defense? What's wrong with you? I know, you're going to be like the millions of people tell me. No one told me to. I'm telling you now. All right? If you had the line of defense, you would have never brought the pain home. If you did it under a business, a division got screwed up, not all the other companies, and not you. It's not hard to understand. Common sense. We are the people. You are the people too. Nixon took the gold standard out. They gave him the key to the printing press. We got an SSN, get a job to get a 1040. So they can tax us on our income. Okay. Mama delivered a baby this morning. Every hospital is federally mandated that a baby Mama must sign the SSN for the baby. First, the government bonds the baby, then prints more money. All right, just the rules. Nothing wrong with it at all. Mama don't sign that form. Baby's not going in the stroller. Car seat can't go home. So remember, stop bringing the pain home. Just like at the grocery stores and the banks, you'll see them empty today too. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, I want you in the educational class and basically the basic analyzation class. It's at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Now, the worst thing I might ask you to do is 2 things. Can you follow through? Walt Disney, Loophole King, and Newsweek, they didn't want to pay tax on $1 billion. So what did they do? They wrote an IOU to themselves. They know how to play the game. If Mickey can play the game, so can you. Personal credit again, safety. I know online you're going to see someone talking about trade lines. Trade lines are crap. Look it up under the Fair Lending Act. Unless the person's using their credit as an affiliate to pop the credit, you're taking someone else's credit, and that's a lie. Okay? It's like you don't have to guarantee. Oh, kiss my butt. Because guess what? That's BS. You're never getting any of those creditors over there unless you're a qualified CFO, period. 8 cards per division, 9 lines of credit. Then we think about supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, gas cards too. You got to be a qualified CFO, period. That's just the truth. Bottom line is up to you. Dun & Bradstreet is supply and vendor credit. If you want me to set yours up, okay, I will. It's $999. But today, last Friday of the month, $399 to you. I can get you the first 5 accounts. You don't have to guarantee. But understand something from me. There's the Zelle to send the $399. One of the things about me is I'm afraid to be broke. I didn't like stealing and begging off the pier. So I always take my Staples cards and I get about $1,000 of gift cards and I put it in my wallet. You see, if I need some money, I'll just slide it through my cell phone and enter what's called a square. You see, I have no excuses, but what are you? No more excuses for you. The ability to Zelle that $399 for the Dun & Bradstreet. Tell Gina too. Gold and platinums, guess what? The 29% rule doesn't affect them. The only 2 cards it does not. You like 1 or you like 10? If you want me to build it up for you, I can, but they're going to offer you 99 more cards. So let's think. Would you like 1 for the corp and you or both? Let me know, because if I build it up like a gold card and all that work, I usually charge about $1,000. Today it's $275 if you Zelled it during the webinar. That means now, and you tell Gina too. Ultimate goal credit rebuilding is pretty simple. All right, you got to understand, when I created rapid scoring years ago with Harold Stokes and Ken Yarbrough for your mortgage companies, and I created rapid refresh a couple years ago, God gave me a gift and a dream. It worked, and I give it to you. We get to seal your record and push your score up a couple hundred points. Would you like some? So, $1,000 card, 90 days in a workshop if I want to go, and you charge me $499, that's it? And today I can save another $100, get it for $399 while I'm on the webinar with you? There you go. Starter package for a millionaire, qualified as CFO. Got a corporate build it. If not, I have the articles, also tax ID. Setup class in level 1 for 90 days. Get it here. Today, it's $999. It's half price for me. I'm not on commission. I don't get a paycheck. But if you Zelle $999, you're getting $10,000 of credit. But I'm increasing it to $15,000 if you Zelle it during the live webinar. Millionaires in the making, same as the previous one, but this one comes at $25,000 of credit. So it's $2,499 today. If you Zelle that, I'm going to increase it to $40,000 of credit. Now what's the excuse? Bottom line is most of you spend thousands on some crap. No one held your hand like I'm going to. And don't worry, no one knows what I know today. Luckily, God only made one of me. Isn't that lucky too? See, let Gina know. When I studied Mr. Buffett's father first, and I watched him teach his son leveraging, Mr. Buffett's got over 100 companies now. You don't get it. He uses borrowed money, which is not taxable, to go buy the companies and stock trade too. Every business he gets is practically free. Why aren't you playing the game too? It's your turn. See, my client who won a lottery ticket about 2 years ago, he called the office 16 times. All right, he said, I need to talk to Ray. From there, I said, what can I do for you? I won a ticket for a lottery for $1 million. Oh, goody. Well, my tax attorney says I should pay the tax so I don't get in trouble now. I said, who's your tax attorney? He says, my brother-in-law. Oh, goody. Well, if you screw it up, you should pay it now. But he says, what would you do? I'd put it in the bank and reference it by 3 so I can turn it into $15 million of credit. Then I'd go buy McDonald's that day. Then I'd go pay the tax anyway, because borrowed money's now what? Taxable. It's exactly what he did. He still paid the tax. He got his McDonald's too. You got to realize borrowed money, it offsets taxes. It's kind of fun. Cash flow free per time. I argue with Mr. Richard Rich Dad, Poor Dad, blah, 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 because I think he stole when it came to me, because I've been saying cash flow free up my time and free up your time. But who knows? All I know is he's not handing you the money to go get it anyway. Anybody can take some money off of a little credit card to get a condo. But the bottom line is, if you're going to read the book, don't you want to know how to get the money? Shouldn't he hand it to you too? Oh, well, you got other motivational people going blah, blah, blah all day. I'm sorry. All right? I don't like BS. Because when I got to feed my family, I need real money or credit. My dashboards, authorized users, crap. Trade lines are definitely crap under the Fair Lending Act. Got to make you a qualified CFO. Specialty classes, 7 a week. I broadcast 25 times a week, live, no pre-recorded crap. Today at 3:30, it's called tax balancing too. But maybe you'll be there. The office sells it for $249. Ultimate goal, if you zelled $145, I'll let you in today. It'll be kind of fun. But again, if you don't zell it and you don't tell Gina, they can't give you the link anyway. So the ultimate goal, don't forget, I do Q&As twice a week too. The main thing is not to let you down and hold your hand every step of the way. Now let's look. Personal credit, I can't write it off. The IRS says so. But you know what's really weird? Corporate credit, you can write off the card and the interest rate too. And I invented 30 years ago plus, all right, daisy chaining the credit, turning every card into 99 more. How many would you like? You see, 1,000 rules is $1 million company. All right, 20,000 is a billionaire company. How far you want to go? By the way, never have the intent to rip anybody off or defraud them at all. Here's your life. If you got a corporation doing business, I'm sorry, when they sue it, they're going to pierce the veil and come after you. Corporations should never do business. That's the parent company. It's like all the rich and famous people do. Their companies own companies. But we got to do it the first in the beginning called line of defense. All right, wrote the rules in 86. It's going to manage these entities under a corporate umbrella. Just like these people did, from the city to Wells Fargo Bank. Our rich and famous people too. They had a problem with the division. What did they do? They disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Couldn't save a piece. What did they do? They bankrupted a piece. They never brought the pain home. Why did you? You never had to in the first place, by the way. It's like kind of when you buy your house. Raise rules, escrow, close, homestead, and record in a trust. Somebody sues you today and your assets are not in a trust, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck into probate, your family got diddly squat. When you fix up a property today, you probably hire a contractor. The contractor is going to hire the subcontractor. Stand outside Home Depot. Cut every corner they can, slip and fall, they sue you and take everything you got. Why don't you think about, just maybe, any properties you ever get, why don't you quickly deed it to a division? Costs $12. Why don't you do an assignment of equity too? This way, when they try to sue you at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Why not? Now, if you don't have a trust, I would pick irrevocable trust if I was you. But pick whatever you want to. That's up to you. Now, please do not play peekaboo with the IRS and make a mess. You see, they're not the enemy. They're the rule book. They'll tell you corporations pay tax when they make a profit. All right? Instead, do not play peekaboo with the IRS and make a mess. If you did that hypothetically, go to irs.gov, download a form called 656 of 433A and B. Get your COVID-19 check, get your butt back in the system today. You see, when you fix up a property, I want you to do it my way. I want you to get divisions to go to the manufacturer to buy and save up to 70%. I'm one of the original OPMs, by the way. You see, I don't want you to pay a bill for 30 to 60 to 90 days anyway. Escrow closes up to $200,000, maybe more. Pay off the debt now. We use our money. Isn't that fun? You see, a lot of times people have $1,000, $10,000, $100,000 and they kind of piss it away. Can you write down Ray's rules today? Leveraging money, borrow money is not taxable. Set up the line of defense. The Ray Reynolds University. First time in my life I felt very, 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 very proud of myself. 22,000 square feet, retired, helping millions of people. My classroom held 800 people. I was advertising 20,000 people usually on my classes at a time. It was kind of fun. The bank would basically be at the office almost every morning going, You see, what happens is pretty simple. When you got money, they always kiss your ass heads. You don't have a pot to piss in, hell, they don't know your name. Remember, please. All right, that $200,000, I teach you how to leverage it by 3. Now, what happens with that? Because the banks borrow from the feds times 10, loan back 5 to you. They're going to turn it into up to $3 million of credit. Borrow money's now what? Taxable. Leveraging money. Raise rules. And let's go get a McDonald's today. Because they got a drive-through through a pandemic. What do I want to say? Mrs. Fishborn, she was so sweet to me. Her son was pretty good, too. Mr. Clinton was okay, too. By the way, I was the incorporator for Rich and Famous People for years. So Michael, God rest his soul. Kirk and Vane, Kevin Costner, too. Freeway Ricky Ross, come on down, too. College professors as well. See, you're going to have to beat your doubt. You got to realize you get to run your own race. On top of that, I like to coach you the rest of my life if you allow me to. Ultimate goal for you is pretty simple. Let's play about a card about a little bit of leveraging, please. So what happens is, here's a card worth $100,000. Going to write off the card at interest rate 2. What am I going to do? Take $50,000 off the card. I'm going to look at C191D, the word loan 8 times. Now here's what happens. I take that $50,000, I divide it by 5. I loan 5 people $10,000 apiece. Put a second on their house. I put basically a homestead blocker, UCC them with the chattel mortgage too. Bottom line is this. After I do that, I call that company. It's my money. I want it now. J.J. Wentworth will actually give you back that $10,000 within 2 days, called factoring. I just created $2,449 a month of cash flow free up your time. What I've been teaching for 43 years. And guess what happens next? You need 4,800? You need 7347? You can design your own cash flow to free up your time based on what you want to do with the corporate credit. You're in control of that too. There's 9 lines of credit, $150,000 each. By the way, that's $5.4 million on checkbooks. You can play. I won't show anything I did not obtain myself. From the houses to the Lamborghinis to the buildings, helicopters, and the yachts too. Scott, can you close those blinds that are blinding me, please? Thank you. All right. Getting past go. It's kind of fun. Now remember, this was God's gift, my favorite one. This is where I parked my race boat and my yacht in the backyard. Where you park yours again? Bottom line is a helicopter, the Lamborghini, and the building too. I want you to change your driver's license, but that's up to you. You see, you wrote a check the other day. Yeah, you did. Thank you. You wrote a check over here. You gave them where you live. Oh, goody. Your house got robbed the next day. Oh, how'd that happen? Don't you know you need to protect your assets and quit bringing the pain home? It's called Ray's Rules, by the way. change your driver's license to a P.O. box or mailing address, please, but that's up to you. You even have the Driver's Protection Act. Now, it's like when you bought a car. What did you do last time? You let them sweat you for hours on end. $5,000 loss, 9 inquiries too? When they handed you the paper that says we need your permission to run your credit, next to the signature you should have wrote down this allows 1 inquiry. You see, God gave me the brain to overthink everything. Everything I teach you, God gave me to you. I didn't read in a book. So let's understand, we got to blueprint you. So what happens today when you would have took a picture of that 1 inquiry in picture, and they did more than that, I would have got you $25,000 in violation of cash in your pocket. Now today, your car's registered to you. Congratulations, quack, 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 you're a duck. Little bumpity bump, who's they going to sue? The registered owner, which is you. So let's do this for a moment. Let's understand tax ID, fleet price. Can you do that for me, please? See, I want to build you your dream corporation. I want to do the work for you, too, and you're stuck with me. You like the Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and the buildings, too? So do I. You see, you got a choice. I want you in all my workshops starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Again, you go to a grocery store today and you bump a car, a little bumpity bump. Oh, goody. They act like they got whiplash. They're going to die. Then they ask for driver's license, insurance, registration, please. And your heart falls out of your chest. Think about the address. Corporation, they could actually write off that insurance payment, all right, on the corporation and not you paying tax on you. You're the registered owner. Oh, goody, you're a duck. Quackity, quackity, quack. They're going to call one of those nasty attorneys on TV. They're going to sue you and take everything you got. I want you in my workshops tomorrow so you can learn that every registered car should be a division of a corporation and not you. At the end of the day, I want to make sure they get diddly squat. Why not? You see, those banks and grocery stores, you see the empty ones, they're still in business today, but what about you? What did you do wrong to bring the pain home? Remember, the pattern of 3, all right, pattern of 4, line of defense. Division's got a problem. What do? We disconnect, isolate, incorporate, but we never bring the pain home ever again. Golds and platinums, 29% doesn't affect them as long as they're paid over time. Would you like 1 or 10? Would you like me to build it up for you too? Ultimate goal is usually about $1,000. Today, if you want one for $275, that's up to you. It's only during the webinar. You can Zelle, wire, deposit. Let Gina know too. Ultimate goal is this. All right, if you want Dun & Bradstreet right away, it's supply and vendor credit. All you got to do is let me set up the 5 accounts. Normally $1,000 today, it's $399 for you. The reason I would want to do that if you needed some money right away, because I would have you do what I do. Remember, there's the Zelle for the $399. Bottom line is this. I always get some Visa gift cards. All right, just in case I need some money. All right, what am I supposed to do? Call the mommy and daddy who threw me away as a baby? They didn't want me. I treated them like trash. So guess what? I have my $1,000 cards in my wallet. I can slide them through my cell phone, through my Square. And I get the money right away too. I got no more excuses. Do you? Giselle, $399. Let Gina know. Divisions are fun because it's a line of defense. Without those, you're always going to be a duck. Set it up, send it to you, sign it, mail it away. Comes back, give you the tax ID, build the credit reports too. Office sales are about $1,500. Today, if you want the 3 set up by me, it's $399. But then you just Zelle it, and then you tell Gina too. Ultimate goal, my wife asked me on July 3rd, 2009. She says, honey, can we take the yacht from the backyard and go watch the fireworks with a group of people? I said, yes. Filled it up with the corporate credit card, $1,600. Wrote off the card, interest rate too, and the yacht. Why not? There's a UDOC and the address too. Check it out. I didn't know someone's going to come on my yacht with swine flu pneumonia and kill me. Bottom line is H1N1, you got to die almost the next day. So guess what? I made a promise to God when I heard my wife cry when I was in that coma. Let me live. I'll go back and help everybody the rest of my life if you allow me to do that too. Came out of the coma, Walked around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. Put my score to an 820. Popped another $1 million card again. I have my closet divisions, by the way. That's the ultimate goal. God's using me to help you today. Are you going to pay attention? I've heard no 1 billion times in my life so far. Understand that Lamborghini and building under tax ID, reaching the dream, thinking be the impossible. Why not? I've done it all my life. You got choices. I'd like you to give me 90 days. I'll get you on the direction for the $1 million dream. I'll do most of the work for you anyway. Seminar, workshop, and boot camp. I don't pass the buck. My specialty class is 7 a week. The one this afternoon is pretty simple. It's called tax balancing. Ultimate goal, office sells it for $249. If you zelled $145, I'll let you in the class today. Give it a try. Maybe you want to go more than once. You zell it. You let Gina know too. Ultimate goal is, I do Q&As twice a week as well. You see, motivation, I listen to it every day. But when I hear Mr. Harvey, when him and I argued on the beat years ago, that was kind of fun. But it took him 20 years. If I hand you the money and the credit this year, I'll bet you we can do it in less than 12 months. What do you think? But again, that's up to you. You see, I'd like to hear your story today. Let's build you up to the 820, 100,000 of safety credit. Let's get you a corporation in divisions, up to $1 million of credit too. Stop being stuck. Let me be your next. That'll be kind of fun for me. I think it'll be fun for you too. So let's remember, I want to repackage your life, your house, your car, your bank account. The books and CDs, all 18 of them, $9.99, but today, during the webinar, have prices $4.99. There you go. You zell it. Pretty simple. You let Gina know she's in charge of shipping and handling. The credit rebuilding program to get you up to the 820, $1,000 of credit, 90 days of classes if you want to go to listen more to put it here, $4.99, but today being the last day of the month, the extra cost is $3.99. The starter package for Millionaire, pretty simple, $999. Articles, setup level 1, 90 days too. Today, if you zelled $9.99, I'd change it to $15,000 of credit for you. Next thing is Millionaires in the Making Workshop. $25,000 of credit, half price, same as before, $2,499 today. Instead of $25,000 of credit, I'm going to give you $40,000 of credit for that today. Keep in mind, it's Zelle. All you got to do, let Gina know too. You see, the 14th Amendment basically turned corporations into people. The United States of America Incorporated, by the way, all right, manages 50 states. All states are corporation. All states manage their what? The cities. They have their line of defense too. Why haven't you set up your line of defense? Why did you bring the pain home in the first place? I don't understand. You have the ability to set this up right away, and I'll even hold your hand and do most of the work for you too. Ultimate goal, never have joint credit. Buy a house, escrow, close, escrow, homestead, escrow, put it in a trust. Always have up to $1 million of credit. You got to have your line of defense for divisions, entities, subsidiaries, real estate, franchise, current business. If you don't set up the line of defense, you will always bring the pain home. That's all you got to learn to do through me. Raise rules. There's 1,000 rules you get to learn and have fun. Plan on the problem. A little bit more about safety credit in the workshops. A lot more about the line of defense too. See it, believe it, go get it. The American dream. Everybody talks about it. I think if they're not handing you the money, the credit, or teach you how to go get it, isn't it just blah, blah, blah at the end of the day? So today, receiving money every month, pay all your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. You got to set up the line of defense. Raise rules. Last and final chance, credit rebuilding today, $3.99 and $1,000 card back to you. Starter package for a millionaire, $9.99. Zealot right now, you're getting $15,000 of credit. $24.99 for $25,000 of credit. 90 days of classes, I do the work for you anyway. I'll increase it to $40,000 of credit for you. If you're not Zelling it right away, sorry, you probably just missed out. Stay safe, stay strong. You and me, that's what's going to be next for both of us. Let us always remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. If I can do this for all the things I went through, and I will keep my faith and persistence, so can you. You got a phone number now. If you didn't Zelle, you kind of blew it. Sales team will talk to you. They'll work out the best price you can. 800-510-3338. Give it a call. I hope and pray that all of you with me all day tomorrow in every class that I offer to you. Never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.